The city that decided for him. Tyler Klein had built his reputation on going where no one else would. He was known for pushing into places marked only by rumor, jungles locals avoided, valleys the maps refused to name. He did not conquer these places. He documented them, endured them, and left them intact. That was his rule. Take notes, take photos, take nothing else. He was young-looking, which irritated interviewers who expected gray at his temples and scars across his face. At 6 feet tall and average build, he didn't look fragile, but his face softened everything else. People underestimated him constantly. He had learned to live with that. The jungle he entered this time was wrong from the start. The air was too still, the sounds too distant. Even his footsteps felt muffled, as if the ground were absorbing him. He had been moving through dense foliage when the earth gave way beneath him. Not dramatically, not with a crash, but with a soft, deceptive collapse. Tyler fell hard. His leg twisted beneath him. Pain shot up his spine, white and immediate. He screamed once, then bit it back. When he tried to stand, his knee folded uselessly. He crawled. Hours later, feverish, shaking, bleeding through a hastily wrapped bandage, he saw stone. Not ruins. A city. Smooth structures rose from the jungle floor as though they had grown there. No decay, no moss, just clean lines and curved walkways, scaled far larger than human architecture. And then he saw the people. Women, tall beyond reason, moved calmly through the city. 8 feet tall, some taller, strong, composed, unhurried. They spoke softly to one another in a language that sounded careful, almost protective. Tyler tried to wave. His voice cracked when he called out. They noticed him immediately. 10 of them approached, not running, not threatening, assessing. They looked at his leg, at the blood, at the way he shook. One knelt. She spoke gently, slowly, as if to someone overwhelmed. Tyler tried to explain. I'm injured, I need help, I'm an explorer, I'm an adult. They listened. Then one of them touched his shoulder to steady him. He flinched. That was when his body gave up on dignity altogether. Pain, shock, and fear overwhelmed him at once. He couldn't stop it. Warmth spread beneath him, and he let out a broken sound somewhere between a sob and a breath. The women exchanged looks, not disgust, recognition. They spoke a word he did not understand, but the tone was unmistakable. Medical. They lifted him carefully, immobilized his leg with practiced efficiency, and carried him into the city. The place they brought him to was not a prison. It was a care facility. Bright, sterile, organized. They treated his leg first, cleaned the wound, stabilized the injury, injected something that dulled the pain to a distant throb. He drifted in and out of consciousness, aware only of voices and light. When he woke fully, he was lying on a padded surface behind a transparent wall. His leg was elevated, wrapped, supported. He was wearing a diaper. Tyler froze. The panic came fast, but there was nowhere for it to go. He tried to sit up and failed. His body was weak, drained. He noticed then that he had been cleaned, cared for, handled with the same neutrality one might show a patient who could not care for themselves. A woman entered the enclosure. She crouched, spoke slowly, gently, pointing at his leg, then at the diaper. He understood enough. Injury, loss of control, precaution. He hated it. But he also knew, coldly, logically, that without their help, he would have died in the jungle. Women passed by the glass throughout the day. Some paused to observe. Some spoke quietly to one another. None mocked him. None treated him cruelly. That almost made it worse. He realized they were not debating whether he was a man. They had already decided he wasn't one. The diaper wasn't punishment. It was part of the category they had placed him in. Days passed. His leg improved slowly, but his status did not. They brought him food, water, medical checks. They spoke to him as one speaks to someone fragile. When he protested, they nodded sympathetically and continued exactly as before. Eventually, a woman stood longer than the others. She was tall even by their standards. Her posture was precise, her expression thoughtful. Her name, translated imperfectly, was Sue Popo. She reviewed his chart. She watched him move. She asked questions he could not answer in her language. Then she signed a slate. The glass opened. She took him home. Sue Popo's dwelling was large, clean, and prepared. She dressed him in loose clothing designed to accommodate his injury and the diaper. He did not comment on it. He did not argue. By then, he understood resistance only delayed things. She took him into the city. People stared, not with shock, but with approval. They saw an injured dependent being properly cared for. Sue Popo bought supplies, medicine, food, clothing, more diapers. At home, she showed him the pen. Prepared, safe, locked. That night, Tyler lay awake, staring at the ceiling, his leg aching dully, his thoughts slow and heavy. He did not like the diaper, he did not accept what it meant. But he accepted that here, injured and alone, this was how he survived. And as the city breathed around him, calm, certain, unmoving, Tyler understood the true horror. He might heal, but this place had already decided who he was. And once a city like this decided something, it never reconsidered. Thank you for tuning in to this edition of Mommy Sarah's Story Time. If you enjoyed the stories, please support the channel by liking and subscribing. Remember, my channel is not monetized, and I write most of the content myself. On occasions when I don't, it's sourced through emails from trusted contacts. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. If you're able to, consider making a donation to support our channel. Your support means a lot. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to sharing more stories with you.